Optical fiber cable is made up of thousands of fiber strands, and a single strand is thin as a human hair. Optical fiber cable can transmit the signal in the form of light. Good evening friends, welcome to my channel Learning with Raja. Today we will talk about optical fiber cable, how they work, how they important for transmit the signal, and how they help us to conversate with each other. Optical fiber cable is used internally reflection. It means when the signals are come, then the optical fiber reflect the signals internally in the fiber. Let you show an example. Suppose it is an optical fiber and it has a space inside the fiber. When the signals are come, then it reflect down, up, and it can go to the other end. The optical fiber is like a cylindrical glass and a high refractive index. If the razor strikes the inner face at an angle greater than the critical angle, then the internal reflection will happen and the light reach the other end. Suppose it is optical fiber and the angle greater than the critical angle. When the signals comes to critical angle, then it reflects internally and goes out through the other end. Total reflection happen between the high refractive index glass and between the low refractive index air. Total reflections need a protective coating. The introduction of protective material will replace the reflection of air and seize the total internal phenomena. An easy way to overcome this issue: introduce a low refractive index glass above the core glass, known as cladding. This way, the total refraction will happen and we will able to use a protective layer. See, this is a core layer and above this layer a normal layer, and at last it is a protective layer. When this layer is long as an optical fiber cable, both the core and cladding is use silica as their base material. The difference in the refractive index can be achieved by adding different types of depends. The optical fiber we have just constructed, it can able to carry signals not more than 100 kilometers. This happens various type of losses in the cable. This loss of signal strength is generally called attenuation. Absorption and scattering is the main reasons of the attenuation. Now come back to the topic, how optical fiber transmit the signals such as phone calls, network. Any information is represented using 0 and 1. Suppose you have sent a text message hello, then your message is converted into binary language. After your conversation, your phone will transmit using 0 and 1. The signals are converted into electromagnetic waves. 0 is show low frequency and 1 is show high frequency. Your local tower catches that frequency. At the tower, if your frequency is high, then a green light pulse is generated. If your frequency is low, no light pulse is generated. These light pulses transmit the signals using optical fiber, and the optical fiber traveled through a complicated network of cables to reach their destination. These optical fibers are covered entire the world, under the ground as well as under the ocean. The phone service provider mainly used optical fiber and maintained that optical fiber cables. AT&T, Orange and Verizon are some of the global players who own and maintain the submarine cable network. So let's see a detailed across section of the optical fiber cable. A small portion is used for holding the optical fiber cable, and the remaining area is used for the protective layer, protective structure of the optical fiber cable. And a thin copper shell is used inside the cable for passing, for supplying the power, for amplifiers. If we compare the optical fiber and the copper wire, then the optical fiber is always superior because it can transmit data at much higher speed. This is because the speed of light is always greater than the speed of electrons. The flow of electrons in copper cables generates a magnetic field even outside of the cable that can cause electromagnetic interference. In the other hand, the signals are covered by the optical fiber cable and there is no chance to interference the signals. So, the optical fiber cable is more secure than the copper fiber. The optical fiber cable provides high security data. So, thank you friends for listening.